Yeah, today's been quite challenging really. We're obviously expecting a lot of wind, so we were planning for that, hoping to get some of the sailors out there before it picked up too much, and also waiting because we thought the wind was going to decrease. However, it's just been howling all day, waited as late as we could before abandoning racing for the day. We've had a great week, and it's been fantastic to get our 10 races in for the series, and it would have been so good to finish with our final 11th race for all the classes today. So it was a decision we didn't make lightly. We really waited and tried the best to get the race in there, but just too much wind, unsafe for the sailors. It wasn't just the maximum wind speed, it was the gusts. We were steadily between 22 to 25 knots, which is possibly sailable, but we're having gusts towards the midday of around 30 knots, and that's just too much. And it's also the sea state we're experiencing out there was just very wavy and lumpy.
Hi, I'm Niki Birrell. We've just won the 2011 IFDS Sailing World Championships, and we're in Weymouth and Portland Harbour, which is the venue for the Paralympic Games next year. It was awesome when we did the maths, and we worked out yesterday that we would won with a day to spare and we didn't have to sail today. The relief was great, and it was a good feeling, and me and Alex were both delighted that all our training had paid off, because we've worked quite hard this year to get ready for this event, and it's paid off, so that was great. But now we focus on the next one. I mean, our ultimate goal for the whole campaign is to win the Paralympics next year, and definitely win a medal, but hopefully a gold one. So we'll have a few days off this weekend, and then probably Tuesday, Wednesday next week we'll start thinking about how we can sail faster and how we can be more prepared for next year winning the Paralympics. What really won us regatta was when we were down in a few races, we managed to come back to some creditable scores where maybe the Australian didn't manage to do that. We said a couple of months ago we need to medal at both sail for gold and the Worlds, and hopefully win one of them, and we managed to get a silver at sail for gold, which we're a little bit disappointed with, and then we've come back and won here, so happy with that.
Thierry Schmitter, winner the World Championship, IFDS World Championship 2011 in Weymouth. It's the third time I won the World Championship, but the last two were much more difficult. I remember last year, it's just the last day that I took the gold. I was at silver the whole week, even third, and only the last day I won. And here I was the whole week in front, so it's totally a different build-up in the championship. But it's a good feeling also. What pleased me the most this week was the diversified condition we had in Weymouth, because it's well known that it's always blowing here. And we had really light wind condition, and also heavy wind. So the spread of weather condition is quite interesting to have, and to be able to win in every condition, because I won races in light air and I won races also in heavy air. So that is what pleased me the most, to be around. Yeah, sure. I mean, if we would have been out, it would have been a big spectacle, you know, big action. And yeah, as I used to say, you know, in heavy condition, I can say without any arrogancy that I will be the last to sink, so no problem. I would be out without any problem, but okay. The weather was still quite heavy, so it was not without risk.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great start to regatta, which I think was key. A third and a fourth on the first day, which put me leading the regatta. And I guess just never dropped out kind of with the top four. I think on the second day was fourth, but it was so tight on points, and just managed to stay in the medal positions all the way through the week, which I think was key. I mean, I think if you look at the points, it is so close. It is just so close. I mean, that is it. I think going into today, I think there was probably maybe 4 or 5 people that stood a chance of maybe getting bronze. So there was certainly a real scrap on for it. I think 50 odd boats we've had this week, which I think is the biggest fleet that we've had 2.4 wise at an IFDS Worlds. And you know, I think over the years that everybody's just got, you know, better. Everyone's improving all the time. That, you know, I think the top 10, there's nothing to separate the top 10 anymore. It's a real scrap. You know, you could win the regatta or you could be 10th. It's that close. Yeah, no, I mean, it's brilliant to medal in the venue. I mean, it just, gives you so much confidence for, hopefully when you get selected, if I'm here competing at 2012, you've done it once, and there's loads of stuff that I could improve on, there's lots of mistakes that were made and things like that. And so, I mean, that's kind of a good thing that I know I can go away and, there's lots of things to work on and get better. So, yeah, no, just brilliant, just really encouraging for the future.
Dror, Cohen, skipper, ISR, Israel, gold medal, sonar class. After so many years, we got twice second in 2003 and in 2009. We won the gold medal in the Paralympics, but to win the World Championship is something very special. And it feels good to win like that when it's really, really tough and everybody's fighting in the water, practice room, it doesn't matter, but it was really, really a lot of fun. Well, it's part of sailing in a way, but we always prefer to finish things in the water. Competitively find the right spirit of sport, sportsmanship, friendship. Of course there's tackles, but that's part of sailing, so everything's all right. We won in the end, so I'm happy.
Obviously we're disappointed not to win the gold because the circumstances were interesting, shall we say, but a medal's a medal at the end of the day, and this is a stepping stone towards the Paralympics. If I said we'd accept anything less than gold, I'd probably be lying. So we were aiming for the top spot, we missed it on a technicality, and we'll come back fighting next year. I think it's quite frustrating because this is the second time we've lost the championship on a protest, but we can learn from this and we'll come back stronger. All the work we've been doing on our mental toughness over the winter, it really showed. We could have gone home, we could have sulked, we could have completely shot ourselves today, but we didn't. We fought till the absolute end, and that's what matters.